Welcome to the Human 5.0 Project, the podcast where we cut straight to the breakthroughs that matter, the show where science meets self-optimization. I'm your host, Ultimate Biohacker 10X, and here we break down the real research, real data, and real dosing behind modern biohacking, from compounds and peptides to techniques, devices, lifestyle strategies, and performance protocols. Most people jump in and jump out before they get the gold, so we're keeping it tight and delivering the essential insights you need without the fluff. If you've taken the time to hit play, we'll make sure you walk away with valuable knowledge that can transform your approach to longevity, health optimization, and beyond. If you think peptides are just gym bro hype, stick around. Tonight, Sermorelin Ipamorelin and CJC-1295. These are 3 growth hormone secretagogues that aim to nudge your own growth hormone pulses instead of replacing the hormone outright. Clean concept, lots of noise online. So we're running the tape. Let's go. Hey team, welcome to the Human 5.0 Project. This is Ultimate Biohacker 10X, running straight facts and zero filler. Quick disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only. These compounds are not FDA approved for anti-aging or performance. Quality does vary widely, and self-experimentation has real risk. If you're doing anything that affects hormones, talk to a clinician, get labs, track your glucose and IGF-1. Cool? All right, let's move. Growth hormone is not magic. It's a pulse hormone. You don't want a constant flood. You want rhythm. Spikes mostly at night, tied to deep sleep, recovery, and body composition signaling. And yes, as you age, total GH output drops. A commonly cited figure is about 15% decline per decade after your 30s, mostly from smaller pulse amplitude, not necessarily fewer pulses. So, 3 lanes, 1 goal. More signal and less chaos. Lane 1, Sermorelin. That's a growth hormone releasing hormone analog, or GHRH 1-29. Think, tap the pituitary on the shoulder. Ipamorelin is a selective GH secretagogue. It's a GHRP class ghrelin receptor pathway peptide. It's designed to stimulate growth hormone with less spillover into ACTH cortisol compared to older compounds. CJC-1295, that's our lane 3. And with DAC, and I'll explain that in a minute. It's a longer-acting GHRH analog that binds longer in the body, and human data showed growth hormone effects are lasting days, and IGF-1 elevation lasts longer after dosing. The DAC is drug affinity complex, and you may see that here and there in the terminologies and so on and so forth, but that's the special thing about CJC-1295. Translation, Sermorelin and Ipamorelin are often framed as pulse-friendly, while CJC-1295 DAC is the extended shift option. If you're trying to mimic physiology, timing matters more than macho dosing. The common logic people chase, night bias. Growth hormone pulses naturally, aligns with early night deep sleep, so people pair protocols with bedtime routines. Fasted bias. Insulin and heavy meals can blunt growth hormone signaling in some contexts, so protocols often avoid dosing right after a big carb meal. Training bias. Some people time things around training recovery, but more is not the move with hormones. Here's your reality check. The perfect protocol depends on your goals, labs, sleep quality, and risk tolerance. If someone gives you a one-size-fits-all stack with exact numbers like it's a creatine scoop, that's a red flag. What users commonly report in the first month is mostly sleep and recovery first, then body comp later. But N equals 1, that's not data. That's just an anecdote. What are the commonly reported upsides? Deeper sleep, more vivid dreams, improved recovery and training readiness, gradual changes in body composition over time. Some report joint comfort improvements. Could be sleep and inflammation and training changes. What to watch? Because hormones push back. Water retention and puffiness. This can happen in IGF-1 upshifts. Tingling and numbness. Carpal tunnel-like symptoms can show up with growth hormone axis changes. Glucose tolerance changes, especially if you're insulin resistant. Headaches, blood pressure shifts, appetite changes. This varies. Ipamorelin is marked as cleaner, but nothing is side effect free. Bottom line, if you're not tracking sleep, fasting glucose and IGF-1, you're basically driving at night with no headlights. If someone is going to touch the GH-IGF-1 axis, the grown-up move is cycle, measure, and reassess. Labs worth discussing with your clinician? IGF-1. This is the most practical downstream marker. fasting glucose and hemoglobin A1C, lipids, optional context labs depending on goals and risk, thyroid, inflammatory markers, CBC, comprehensive metabolic panel. What would be the stop signals? And you do not negotiate with these. Persistent numbness or tingling, edema that doesn't resolve, worsening fasting glucose or glucose instability, new or worsening headaches or blood pressure issues, anything that feels like this is pushing my body but not supporting it. Here's the real talk: quality, legality, and why people get burned. It's the part influencers skip. Quality control is the whole game. Gray market is variable identity, variable purity, variable sterility. A COA, or Certificate of Authenticity, can be faked. All research peptides are not created equal. Go ahead and look in the show notes at biohackerdepot.com for more information on this. Storage and handling matter, and contamination risk is real. If you're doing this through legitimate medical channels, the conversation becomes indication, monitoring, dose individualization, and risk management, not pin it and forget it. Also, if you've got a history of cancer, uncontrolled diabetes, or complicated endocrine issues, this isn't a playground. That's a clinician-only conversation. Bottom line, Sermorelin is the GHRH nudge. Ipamorelin is the selective secretagogue idea, aiming for GH signal with less cortisol spillover than older compounds. CJC-1295 with DAC is the extended shift, with human data showing multi-day growth hormone signaling and longer IGF-1 elevation after dosing. Run smart, measure smarter. And if you want a part 2, we can cover who should not touch the GH axis, how we sleep, protein timing, and training, and the things that can move these levers without turning your hormones into a science fair. Smash subscribe, stay sharp, stay skeptical, stay stacked, and I'm out. Thanks for listening to the Human 5.0 Project. If you found value in today's episode, share it with someone who's ready to elevate their biology. Make sure to follow the show for weekly deep dives into peptides, protocols, devices, lifestyle strategies, and the science of high-performance longevity. Until next time, stay curious, stay optimized, and stay 10x